Hey everybody, like my new t-shirt? Ah, I love Bernie. How you guys doing? I'm Vicky, StitchNButton, and today is February 10th, 2021. This is my 74th Flosstube, and I am here for a bi-weekly update. I've got some stuff going on, not a lot of purchases, and I got a decent amount of stitching. Could I have more? Yes. But I did get a whole bunch of bags done and had to get a whole bunch of orders out, so there's that. But it's fair. I had a little visitor. It was a frog. It was a real frog, actually. I I was in the living room the other night, and I looked down, and there's a frog in front of my couch. So I go to try to catch him, and he hopped under the sideboard. I was like, well, I'm going to sweep you up later once you're dead, because that's what happens in Florida. They don't last long in the house. It's not good. I try to get them and put them back outside. And no, I'm not freaked out by them. They don't bother me at all. And then I came into the craft room, and I'm sitting here, and a few hours later, I was getting ready to actually close up shop for the night, so to speak, and turn out the lights. And I hear this flop, and I look over, and there's a frog on the floor. He came all the way down the hallway into the craft room. So I'm like, crap. So I go and try to catch him again, and he jumps over on the wall. So I gotta move stuff, and I try to get him off the wall. No, then he jumps behind the cabinet, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to bed. So I turn out the lights, and I left for a while. And you know, when you say you're going to bed, that's going to be in like 15 minutes after you do this, that, and the other thing. Well, after about 5 or 10 minutes, I heard some noise coming from the craft room, and I knew it wasn't the dog. I'm like, that frog's hopping around in the room. I can hear him. So I got a flashlight, and I came in, and he had hopped out to the cabinet over here. I was able to catch him and take him outside and put him in the yard. So he will live to eat many, many more bugs, hopefully. He needs to eat faster. The mosquitoes are back. Now that it's not so cold out, the bugs are in full force. So, although it was a visit from a frog, it was, do I say pleasant? Because, I mean, I had to chase the little sucker down, but it's much better than frogging on my cross stitch, right? Speaking of cross stitch, let's get to that. Of course, I have no finishes, because I have too many things. As a matter of fact, I did a count before I started the video. I am up to 51 whips, and I will be starting another one soon, and you'll see why later. But I'm okay with that. I have plenty of things to stitch, and I never have to worry about running out anytime soon. So I have been doing homework for Magical Stitches and for Semi-Sane. Semi-Sane started Stitchopoly, which I like Stitchopoly. And Magical Stitches is doing the Percy Jackson books this year. So there's been a lot of multiple whip opportunities. Pretty much like 300 stitches here and 300 stitches there this week. It's 3 different whips with 400 stitches apiece. So, and I've finished one of those prompts already. I finished 4 of the 5 prompts last week on that, and I've gone around the Stitchopoly board once, and I am well on my way. I'm on the 3rd side of 4 to get around the board again, so that's not bad. First one I'm going to show you is the Dragon and the Fairy, and this one was started on, I think it was like Friendship Day or Appreciation Day, something that had to do with like giving or something. Anyway, so I started this with Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, and Sarah, my Stitching Kingdom. think that was it. Just the 3 of us. I started this. I started it in the upper center. And I was able to get in, I think I put in like 600, 300 and something stitches. I don't remember. Anyway, it had to be 300 and something because I only worked in the browns and golds in here in his wing. This fabric is, it's not Blue August. It's Electric Wisps. It was the September Fabric of the Month from Fabric Flare, myfabricparty.com. And I am loving how it's looking so far. I know I had to frog on this like, I don't know, 20, 30 stitches at least twice. But it could be worse. It could be the couple hundred stitches that I did for Anzac, right? I do like the way it's looking. And it's pretty easy to stitch on since it's an even weave. So that there's that. In case I didn't mention it, it is a Joan Elliott pattern. You can get it from Joan Elliott's website. I'm pretty sure that's where Belinda bought it for me. Alright, I also did some stitching for Nerdapalooza. And I worked on this Doctor Who from Oh My Stitches shop. They're on Etsy. It's stuck. I have a needle minder stuck to another needle minder. And I forget how many stitches I did on this exactly, but I got a good bit done. I was able to fill in all this back here and this pink in here, I think. So this is the very back. I think this is the back end of the back of his head. So I think that's as far out this way that will be going. That's not bad. I think it's looking good. This fabric is from, did I write it down? I'm so prepared. It is Dapple, 32 count Dapple from Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for DMC. I'm also using the called for threads on Fairy and Dragon so far. I think I even picked up the Krynic that goes with it. I don't think I changed anything out on it. I don't know when this one will come back out. We'll see. Depends on what kind of prompts are happening. But I got good progress on it. Let's see. Next. This one I worked on recently. Matter of fact, I just worked on it last night. This is Coffee Drinker's Confession, The Magical Elixir, Part 5. I have the cup. Look familiar? So, I am stitching this on 32 count Peddler's Blend from Dames of the Needle. And I have a board, so let's do this. I am not using the called for colors. I'm using one called for color. The rest are colors I had in hand that would work. I do believe the red, let me see. I can tell you. Because it's right here. Basically what I did was I did one flower, a leaf. I did all the words. This diamond here, the bird, and the cup. And it equaled like 400 stitches. The red is Garnet from Weeks Dye Works. It actually called for Ruby Slipper. I didn't have it. But I think that'll work. It's fine. Everything's fine. I have substituted different ones with, basically I'm using one Gentle Arts. Gunner's thirsty. Somebody needs to get this dog a straw. Okay, so I'm using, now he's hungry, Victoria Motto threads, and Weeks Dye Works is primarily what I ended up pulling for this one. I'm liking it so far. I like it on this fabric. I think it's going to look good. And I might even get a finish this year with this one. It's a smaller of all the ones I'm doing. This is one of the smaller ones. Let's see. This is my bag. My twinsy bag that I have with Dawn. Frosty X Stitch. How you doing? Alright, next. I put in... Oh, there was a prompt for a beach, and we decided they're standing on a beach. So I worked on Pilgrims of Plymouth. This is Twin Peak Primitives. It's a download. You can get it as PDF. And I think there are shops that carry the hard copy if you prefer. I am stitching this on 32 count Pictures Plus Doubloon on Belfast linen. I ended up needing a little bit more room for my Q-snaps, so I just sewed some fabric onto it. And I think I did about 300 stitches on it, and it was all in white, a little bit of brown, and that little bit of red, but it was mostly white. It's B5200. I think it's looking pretty decent. I still have some of these needle minders if you guys still want those for the Mayflower anniversary. I like how this is coming along, and I think this is another one where I made a whole bunch of substitutions on threads because I could. And I'm not sure when that's going to be coming out again. There's some that I don't mind working on it or anything, but it's probably going to need a prompt for me to get it to pull it back out again. And there's some that I'm like, I really want to work on this. How can I make it fit? So there's that. Alrighty. What is up next? I worked on the Happy Hooker. This is the Baker's Wife from Mirabilia, aka the Happy Hooker. I had to do something that had a dessert, and she's holding that cupcake. Technically, she is dessert, isn't she? And I ended up being able to fill the rest of... This is B5200 again. Or is it white? I don't know. It's white or B5200, one of the two. And then a little bit of gray to get in my stitches for the prompt that I needed to do. That's it. It's not very exciting. But it'll get there. It will get there. This one is being stitched on memory from Picture This Plus, and it's a 32 count. It's got that purplish brown look to it. Alright. Next. A bunch of them touched, huh? And this one, the blue, all the blues. I had a prompt that stitch on something that has blue and bonus stitches if you stitched on blue. Well, it would have been harder not to stitch on blue on this one than it would have to just stitch blue. So I got the bonus stitches. I put in 300 stitches on here, and yes, you can see all of the blues, and now he's hitting my leg. I basically stitched all this down here and did a little bit of fill in here, so I think that's going to be my thing to do. This is the end of the page right here, and I'm about midway down, so I think the page ends around here. So I think I'm just going to keep on working my way down and over, sort of like this. Why not? I think it's looking pretty good, though. This is on 22 count Ada. Pretty sure that's Ada. Yeah, that's Ada. 22 count Ada. I'm doing 1/1. And this is a Ciro Marchetti. For those that may want to check out that design. This is the Max Color. And I think I said it before. I'm not sure that I'd do another Max Color. I'm not impressed. I think it causes more confetti not as much definition. I think there needs to be a little bit more of an editing process in the designs if you're going to do that. And take out the ones that only have 17 stitches. Or if it has 17 stitches, see if it's really needed. Like, I could see if it was the only time they use those colors for the fish. But otherwise, I think it could have been designed just slightly better than it is, instead of just putting in colors for color's sake. So, there is one more that I worked on, and that would be Wizard of Oz. Something that had stockings in it, or socks, and Dorothy's were in stockings. So, this one is Scott Gustafson. And this is on 25 count easy grid, and I was able to put in 300 stitches or maybe a little bit more. And I'm trying to think, I think I basically just worked on golds and browns down there, just sort of worked my way down. It's coming along. I can see the little portions of that hut, and it makes me happy that it's not a whole bunch of just sky. Alright, now what? This one's not going to be too long, guys. Plans. My next project that I'll be working on tonight, actually, is I need to put 400 stitches in on this. This is Adjust Your Sails. It's a free chart from, actually it's called Winds of Change, sorry. It's a free chart from Cricut Collection. I don't think I'm using any of the called for colors. So it's going to look like that. Yeah, I don't have a finished picture of it. I think it's come along nice, and I'll be able to get a good 300 stitches in on it this week, at least 300, unless I do something with Stitchopoly where I have to do extras, which would be fine too. And I also will be working on my Monkey on a Throne. I think it's called Dress Monkey on a Throne from the Artfire website, because there's a prompt that calls for a toilet or something that has plumbing, so there you go. I think that's for 300 stitches also. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what's next. I didn't make that many purchases, at least not for cross stitch. I did make, I bought labels. Not really labels. I made labels. I bought printable vinyl, and I made labels so I could put it on my bags instead of ironing one on, and they actually will peel right off too if you wanted to. Something I've been playing with the Cricut a lot, and just trying to get better at it and see what I can make. Why not? It's fun. So I bought some. I bought the printable vinyl, and I also bought printer paper. And with the printer paper, I also bought the laminating sheets, the stick ones, not the heat ones, and I made stickers. Goes with my shirt. So I've been popping those in the mail every so often, or putting them on a letter, or putting them in a order, or, you know, because why not? I always want to put them around like googly eyes. Go through Walmart and just stick them on random stuff. So what I did buy is I received a coupon in my email from Fiddlesticks AU, and I didn't know it was for a percentage off because I had bought stuff from her before. And when I went through, the only thing I really saw that I wanted to get was meat. This one is Beaker, and it will go with my Kermit and my Miss Piggy. I just want to double check on what color his skin is and see if I can't get, maybe I'll get Megan to make me the fabric for that one now. I told her I might have a job for her. Because I think they'd be cute all together. I belong to the Needle Bling Designs group, and I also moderate her for other groups, the Candy Cane Stitchers, and I can never remember the names of Watermelon Seed Stitchers, Candy Cane Stitchers, Pumpkin Seed Stitchers, and there's a patriotic one, and I can't remember it. The names always go. Anyway, so needless to say, I saw her announce that she's now dyeing fabrics also, and I had to jump on that. Her first one is called Shrekie's Tan. This is slightly darker than what's showing on there, and I'm seeing a brown with some red modeling and on the screen, and it's really not. It's a khaki color with a brown on my end. Anyway, she's got better pictures up if you want to go check her out. She's got her fabric listed on Etsy, and she's also sending it out to shops, so your local shops should have it available. It's called Shrekie's Tan, and she just released another one, I think it was yesterday, called Butter Crunch, and I told her I want a piece of that too. So those came in, and then I received a package in the mail that I didn't order. It was from 123 Stitch, and when I went in, it was a gift from my friend Laurel. Laurel has a Flosstube that I will put in the description box below. I'll write myself a note so I don't forget, because I'm pretty good at forgetting. And there are a group of gals, most of them, all the ones I know are on Virtual Stitchers, but they started Silver Moon Tea. She sent me this along with the beads. She also sent me, but wait, there's more, this one along with the beads. I quickly separated the beads out for each chart, and then told Laurel, now I gotta go through, do I have any fabric that's gonna match? And she's like, oh dear, yeah, right. So I went through and I had like 4 choices for one, 3 for the other, and what we've gone with is, I'm gonna do Little Boy Blue, and I don't know who the designer of this fabric is. It's just called Little Boy Blue, and it's a 28 count, and that one's gonna be for Bells of Ireland. I think that's going to look good. This one I'm not going to start until at least next year, because Laurel is doing the No New Starts, and I couldn't talk her into starting it this year, so I can wait, that's fine. But I will be starting Silver Moon Tea, and this is what I went with for Silver Moon Tea. This is Fabric Flare. It's 32 count even weave, and it is called Lilac. It's got a modeling to it. Not that you really need it, because Silver Moon Tea is full coverage, but I think it's a good tone for this particular design. And how did I have this? I don't know. Oh, there we go. But I think that's going to go good with the colors that are there. I'll be starting that soon. I did go ahead and make some project cards, and with this one, it doesn't tell you the amount of stitches, so I'm just putting what I think I need on the cards. I can always pull more, and I have the extras here. I just haven't put them all on yet. I got tired of doing it. There's 3 blends, so there's 3 blends and like 30 colors total. It's not too bad. So going to be a lot of stitching. It is another full coverage, and this one's a full coverage with beads. All these beads. But she's kitted. I will be starting her soon. Hopefully there's a prompt that'll make it so perfect for me to start. Thank you, Laurel. I think I'm gonna add the thread drop sets to my eBay. I'm not sure. I'm debating on that. I do have them on my group, and I have a few more bags from my last my last batch. I think I did about 27, and there's still a few left in the group if you're interested. I have a stack of fabric here that I'll be making bags out of. Here's a little sneak peek here. Like, I have some Black Panther. These are the ones that were just on top. And some tacos with chilies. And I have a bee one that I'm going to be doing, and a coffee one, and a dragonfly, and flamingo, and cherries. So I have plans. I just need to start cutting out the fabric now that I have the table cleared off from doing the beading. So that's my plans for now. Tonight, I am not cutting fabric. I've decided that I'm just going to stitch after I get something to eat. I'm hungry. And I'll need more coffee, of course, because there's never enough. Right? Alright, I hope everyone is doing well, and those that have got snow, I hope you're able to stay in the house. Maybe it's good that you're working from home. I mean, there is a benefit to that, right? And everyone take care. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put that stuff below, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine.